The Rams have been surprisingly good this year in football. Despite having what seemed to be an iffy team at the start of the season, the Rams have done phenomenal. No one expected them to be this good. Puka Nakua has balled the entire time. Cooper Kupp just got back and had a great game. And the Rams are just, they've been a solid team so far. But in Madden, they're dog water. So I'm going to rebuild the Rams. I've made one change. I bumped up some of Puka Nakua's ratings just so I think he's a 77 or 78 overall. And that's the only change I made because Puka Nakua has been balling. I mean, he's top 5 in the NFL for receiving yards. So we'll go and take a look at the team real quick before we get into anything too terribly much. So this team is really not very good. I mean, so we got Aliva as a new rookie left guard. And then really the only other lineman that's worth anything is Rob Havenstein. I mean, Allen's alright. And then we have Higbee who will also block, but he's nothing special. You got Matt Stafford behind center at quarterback. He's kind of old. He'll probably be retiring soon. Got Cam Akers at halfback. Cooper Kupp, Puka Nakua, and Van Jefferson as the wideouts. And that's really our offense, which is sadly the strong suit of this team. And now we're going to be getting to the rough part. This is our defense. Really the only notable player is Aaron Donald. We have Akilla Witherspoon and Kobe Durant at cornerback as our two starting cornerbacks. And then we have Jordan Fuller. I'm dumb. At safety, and he's really our only. I guess Akilla Witherspoon's decent at halfback or at cornerback, but Jordan Fuller's our only like really truly like good DB, and then we have Jones at middle linebacker 1. So we'll see what happens year 1. I'm not gonna change much about this team year 1. We'll just have to depend on free agency in the draft to build a good team. But I'll probably switch some things around, and yeah, we're just gonna get right into it and sim to the mid-season mark. I'll see you guys when we're at the midseason. All right, real quick, shameless plug before we see how we did at the midseason mark. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel for more videos like this. We're gonna be doing a ton of rebuilds. That's what my channel is about. We're probably going to be having a franchise series here soon with this franchise I'm in and a league I'm in. And it's just going to be really fun. You only have so much time that you can be like an original subscriber. So make sure you hit that subscribe button and also like the video if you enjoy this content. It really does help and it pushes the content out to more people to see. Thank you guys so much, and let's just see how we did at the midseason mark. So at the midseason mark, we are, drumroll, 3-4. And surprisingly, we're not better, but we're tied with the 49ers for second in the division. The Cardinals are first in the division, and the Seahawks are last. That's not realistic whatsoever, but I'll take it. So our team, I guess, really, we're already on the team screen, but we'll see who has upgrades. These guys have upgrades. It's fine. But our team really hasn't changed at all, I don't think. I don't think anyone's changed. But we can take a peek. I mean, I'm sure some overalls have gone up. Cooper Kupp's a hard set 96. Puka Nakua is an 80 now. Cam Akers is an 82. Matthew Stafford is in 75 still. Tyler Higbee's an 81. I think he was an 80 when we started. 74. Avila is a star, and he's a 73 now. And on defense, we really don't have any breakout players or anyone very notable. I mean, we'll see how many sacks Aaron Donald gets at the end of the year, but we're going to have to build around these guys. And we're 77 overall, and, there's not too terribly much to look at. If we go to stats and awards, 21st, I'm using the Rams playbook. Stinson Bennett. I might. I don't know what overall Stinson Bennett is, but he might be worth trying. Rushing looks good. Receiving, Puka Nakua, Cooper Cup. Yeah, we're just gonna use the Rams playbooks, and we're looking good so far. So we'll get to the end of this year and see if we somehow make the playoffs, and I'll see you guys when we get there. All right, so we ended up only winning one more game the rest of that entire year. We went 4-13, which means we maybe have the first pick in the draft. I don't even know if we have our first round pick in this draft. But we'll take a peek at our lineup, see what changes have been made, and really we're gonna just see what we need to do, what we need to pick up in the draft and free agency. Man, our morale's down bad, just like me for real. Cooper Kupp's a 97 overall. Van Jefferson's a 78 overall, it looks like, and Puka Nakua is a 82 overall. I'm sure he had a great year. Our line needs work really badly, I can tell you that. And then on defense, Jordan Fuller went up in overall, and so did Akilla Witherspoon. But no one else made any progress, so we need everything in the draft. So this is gonna be a hard team to rebuild, man. We have some re-signs we need to do, but let's check out just our season stats first. So Matthew Stafford had 3,400 yards, 21 picks, and 21 touchdowns. Interesting. Rushing, Cam Akers had 882, almost 900 yards, 4 yards per carry, which is pretty good. But he only had 3 touchdowns. Zach Evans had more touchdowns. I don't even know who that is. And half the attempts that he'd had. Oh no, man. And then, see, receiving, Puka Nakua had 1,100 yards. He had 1,100 yards receiving, 7 touchdowns. Cooper Kupp had 800 yards receiving, 6 touchdowns. Van Jefferson had 600, 2 touchdowns. And Higbee had 2 touchdowns and 400 yards. And then blocking, oh, this is going to be bad. Joseph Noterbaum and Rob Havenstein were atrocious. Honestly, our interior linemen weren't even that bad. I think this is our lowest overall lineman. Coleman Shelton, I think he's like a 68 or 69. Awful. He was our best lineman. Like, what? Okay, so hopefully these guys can play better. And then on defense, looks like Ernest Jones had the most tackles, and he was our best defensive player. Tackles for loss, Aaron Donald had 14 with 15.5 sacks, leading the team in that. And then second best was 3.5 by Michael Hochet. I don't know how to say that. Byron Young with 2, and really nothing else for anyone else. And then interceptions, Robert Rochelle had 2. Quentin Lake had 2 as a rookie, maybe? And then Ernest Jones had 1. There's 1 for a few guys. But yeah, this team wasn't very good. We're going to have to make some big changes. So I guess we'll advance to the Super Bowl, and we'll see who's in the Super Bowl. And we'll see if we won any just awards, but I don't think we did, just personally. Also, really quickly, I want to apologize if you guys can hear my controller buttons being pushed. It's a brand new controller, so it's going to take a minute to kind of get settled in. But we're looking at my team rankings. I didn't even look at that before. Our defensive pass yards per game, we're 4th in the NFL, which I think is weird because we have a really crappy secondary. And defensive rush yards per game, we're 19th. So our defense was horrendous still. It's still at the 31st most points. But our pass and rush defense was good. I don't know how else you move the ball. But our offense was awful. I don't know if even awful can describe it correctly. So it looks like the Super Bowl is going to be the Eagles and the Titans, though. And we'll see. I think we can look at awards. Stats and awards. Not weekly. We won't look at yearly awards. All right, so Joe Burrow wins MVP, Lamar Jackson second, Dak Prescott in third. We do not have a Ram up here. And then let's jump to the NFC. Offensive Player of the Year is going to go to Christian McCaffrey from the 49ers. No Rams up here, it doesn't look like. Defensive Player of the Year is going to go to Leonard David, or Levanette David. I don't know, I just call him Leonard. Aaron Donald at 5. Offensive Rookie of the Year is going to go to Puka Nacua. That's surprising. I actually didn't think Puka Nacua was going to get it. And then Defensive Rookie of the Year is going to go to Darmervian Overshown. I have not seen that one before from the Cowboys. And I got Witherspoon from the Seahawks up there. Brian Young from the Rams. So we got a guy up there. So we have some, I don't know about solid, but they're decent rookies on our team, so that's good. But we'll some Super Bowl, see who wins. And I'll just let you guys know who wins. And we're just going to get going straight to the re-signing phase of the offseason. I'm going to re-sign some guys. And we're just going to sim straight to I can't even English today, geez. We're going to sim to free agents after re-signing. And, geez, you really don't see this ever. The Texans destroy the Eagles in the Super Bowl 34-0. That's wild. So defensive player of the year goes to Von Miller. Puka Nacua does win offensive rookie of the year, and Demarion Overshown does win defensive rookie of the year. So Puka Nacua should get a dev upgrade, I believe, and he should that would make him a superstar, I believe, because I did give him star. We have some players that we can upgrade. No one that I care to personally upgrade, so that works. And we're just gonna get straight into re-signing. We'll look at retirements. Do we have anyone retire? We did not. Okay, that totally works for our favor. All right, so we have some actually important players to re-sign. We have $64 million in cap, which is a lot more than I was expecting. So really, I don't feel the need to pick up a lot of these guys if they're not interested. But we're gonna try to get Cam Akers for just a solid amount of money. He played good for us last year. $58 million left with. Jordan Fuller was alright at strong safety. I don't think I'll be able to get someone much better. We're just going to offer him a little bit over neutral. Van Jefferson does not want to come back. He's 28. I could pick up someone in free agency for cheaper. Tyler Higbee, he's older. Let's see if I can give him like a 3-year deal. That's perfect. And then we're gonna get. Okay, we're just gonna sign Akilla Witherspoon. He's 29. I like that deal. It's not very expensive. And then, do any of these guys need to be re-signed? Got a wide out. Marquise Barna. Corner. Zachary Thomas. Yeah, so none of these other guys have to be re-signed, so I'm fine with that. We're going to get right into the free agency period. And hopefully we can pick up some guys for our team. We really, desperately are going to need some better players. I'm thinking we'll probably go for a left tackle. Oh, geez, Cooper Kupp regressed. How old is Cooper Kupp? Cooper Kupp is 31 years old. Okay. That's no good. But we have Puka Nacua to replace Cooper Kupp. But yeah, so I'm actually glad that I bumped him up. I didn't even think about Cooper Kupp being not being someone that who would regress. He would because he's older. But I didn't even think about losing him. And Aaron Donald also has regressed a little bit. But it's only by 1 overall, so I'm not too worried about it. So we're just going to get straight into free agency, and we'll see who there is to pick up. All right, so in free agency, we're going after Ryan Neal. We're going to go after Patrick Queen, Uchenna Nwosu, and Taylor Wan. And I might edit my offers to these guys, see if I can get to the top place. Uchenna Nwosu, I'm already in top for him. But I'm going to edit the money for these guys just a little bit and see if we can get someone in pretty good, because Patrick Queen would be huge to this offense, or defense, not offense, and so would Taylor Lewan. So I'm gonna change the money and then I'll get right back to you guys. All right, so I was able to edit it a little bit. We have 1 million cap room left, but we also have the top offer for all these guys. So we're just gonna eval and hope for the best, I guess. And everyone's signed, and we only got Ryan Neal and Uchenna Nwosu. That sucks. Patrick Queen goes to the Titans. Of course he does. And then Taylor Lewan goes to the Titans as well. Cool. We're going to go over to the next free agent signing period. And we'll see if we can pick up a middle linebacker and a left tackle that's better than who we have. And it probably won't be anyone insanely crazy, so I'll just see you guys at the draft. Alright, so we did make some changes on offense and defense. I did get some guys. We have almost no cap room. I think it's like $200,000. So on offense, we picked up Isaiah Wynn at left tackle, who's going to be a massive upgrade from Noteboom. I think it's Jake Noteboom, something like that. We got Quez Watkins. He's like a 97 speed. I thought he'd just be a good wide receiver 3 to have. Way cheaper than Van Jefferson, and he's younger. Matt Stafford regressed mad, so I'm probably going to have to pick up a quarterback in the draft. I'm going to try to get a right guard in the draft. And then on defense, we signed Leonard Floyd. We got Ryan Neal, of course, and we got Uchenna Nwosu. And I'm going to actually be moving whichever one's faster over to free safety. And we got Jay Jewell, I forgot what his first name is, Josie Jewell, middle linebacker, 80 overall. So our team, honestly, it's looking better than it did last year. Of course, it still needs work. We got Ernest Jones still. We still have Aaron Donald, which is good. But really, we do need a D tackle. We could use new corners. I mean, our cornerback room is looking rough. Yeah, we're going to need at least a corner. And honestly, we could probably go another year with Shelton at right guard. We really badly need outside linebacker and defensive line with a cornerback. But yeah, I'm going to move around the safeties and we'll get to the draft. All right, so here we are at the NFL draft. The Bears have the first pick. The Cardinals have the second pick, which I think they traded for. Not sure. But we're third overall, so we're just going to skip 2 picks to our pick. And we'll see who the Bears and the Cardinals take. And the Bears are going to take Kenny Long, a right end out of Michigan. And the Cardinals take Lonnie Steffen, a cornerback from Washington. So I'm going to take, honestly, not the best player available, but our biggest need probably going into this draft, because Matthew Stafford is not it. I'll probably trade Matthew Stafford for some draft picks this year, though. Actually, now that I think about it, I might try trading a few other guys, but we're gonna grab Glenn Whiteman. He looks great. He's not very fast, but he has elite throwing power, elite strength, decent speed, good jumping, great acceleration, great agility. He just looks really good, and he's probably the best quarterback in the class. So we're just gonna draft him. And of course, he's normal dev, but we'll take it. Yeah, he looks like a fairly decent quarterback, so we'll take it. And I'm gonna trade a few guys, and we'll draft like 2 more players, and then I'll see you guys after the draft. After that. All right, so it turns out everyone's broke and no one can afford the quarterback, um, Matthew Stafford. So we're just gonna have to hold on to him and maybe cut him. I'm not sure. Another quarterback. He does not look good though, so I'm not gonna take him. We don't need a wide receiver right now. We do need like a defensive lineman though. Um, I really kind of want a cornerback though too. Let's see what this guy looks like. Elite agility. He's quick. He might be a good free safety that we could then toss like Ryan Neal or someone down to be a cornerback. And he has hidden dev. I think I like that pick. And then we're going to take another pick. And then I'll draft the rest of the draft. And we will see you guys after the draft, after this pick. I need a corner. A catching, A press. 6'2", left-handed, 22 years old. It's not what I meant to do. Elite jumping. He's not slow, but he's not fast. This cornerback class must have not been amazing. We'll take him. Normal dev, 92 speed, 89 acceleration. Yeah, so this is going to be the last guy we take on camera, Kevin Callahan. I'm going to go ahead and draft the rest of our class, and then I'll see you guys at the beginning of the next season. All right, so we just finished the draft. We're going to take a peek at the draft recap. Hopefully it's bed. Hopefully it's good. And our first overall pick is a 74 overall. Better than our starting quarterback right now. That's all I'm going to say. And then Dylan Green is a 75 overall, which is awesome. He's going to be an immediate starter. I kind of whiffed on the rest of the picks. Kevin Callahan is a 68 overall. Not good at all. Austin Davis, I grabbed him just because he was super fast. He's 99 speed. But he sucks at everything else. And then these last guys. Let's just see. Could this have just been a really weak class? I don't know. Nah. So it wasn't a weak class, but it wasn't a strong class by any means. I mean, we didn't get any of the better players, but we got at least 2 starters. So we'll probably move not Jordan. We will be moving one of our defensive guys down to one of our safeties down to cornerback, probably Jordan Fuller, because Ryan Neal's he's a solid strong safety. But yeah, well, where's Kevin Durant? Oh, is he like down morale? That's why he's not our cornerback too. That makes sense. Okay, well, we're gonna get things rearranged, and then we'll get into the second season. Okay, so we're back here with season 2, and in case I forgot anything from last season, it's been a few days since I recorded. But if you're here in the video, please make sure you subscribe and smash that like button. It seriously helps out. We'll take a peek at the team real quick, and I did do a little bit. I traded away Matthew Stafford for a D tackle and a pick, and then I signed a kicker. But we still got Puka Nacua, who's an A3 overall superstar. He won Offensive Rookie of the Year last year. We got Cooper Kupp, 96 overall. We did pick up Quez Watkins in a free agency. I think he's a 97 speed, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so he's fast, 95 XL. So we got a fast wide receiver. We did upgrade the line, Isaiah Wynn on the line, and then just rearrange some guys. So now we have at least kind of a mid O-line. Middle of the pack, probably not the worst, probably not the best. We do have our new quarterback. I couldn't think for a second. And then we needed a backup halfback, but I'm not signing someone in free agency who's 34 years old, you know what I'm saying? But then when we hop over to defense, we improved significantly. We only drafted one starter, and Dylan Green, is that? Yeah, Dylan Green. Sorry, I was trying to remember his name. And Dylan Green. But we did sign a few guys on defense. J. Jules, we did sign. We got Ryan Neal. And then we did get Leonard Floyd. So, if those guys moved Jordan Fuller down to cornerback, where he's not amazing, but he's better than our CB3 right now. So, we moved him from free safety down to cornerback. He's not very fast, so hopefully he does well. We're going to leave Ryan Neal up at strong safety, and Dylan Green is going to become our new free safety. I can't wait to see what his depth chart is. But really, that's all that changed. I mean, special teams, we got this guy that we drafted with 99 speed, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, this guy is going to be... He's a horrible wide receiver, but he's an awesome special teams guy. So, hopefully he does good, and we'll just get straight into it. And specialist Puka Nacua is their slot wide receiver. Cam Akers is their power back and our third down back. And then, of course, Aaron Donald's at rush defensive tackle. We got, Uchenna Nwosu we picked up in free agency. Good signing. He's a good left end. And then Leonard Floyd at right end with J. Jewell at the sub linebacker and Jordan Fuller at cornerback. But we'll sim to the midseason point, and I'll see you guys when we get here. Hopefully we have a good first half of the season. So we are at the midseason mark, and we're doing horrendous. I think we were 1-6 last year at the midseason mark. We got a lot of players ready to negotiate. I don't know necessarily what's wrong with our team, so we'll look at stats real quick after this. And just something that I want you guys to know is that I just leave the same playbooks that the teams have, because I think that's only fair. I think it's kind of cheap to go and switch everything to the Chiefs playbook, So I want to keep it at least semi-realistic. But geez, the entire NFC West sucks. For stats and awards, okay, so we're middle of the pack, passing 15th. Interceptions are not helping. Only 7 touchdowns for passing. Granted, he's a rookie. Rushing K-Maker has 5 TDs, 400 yards, for 455 yards. Puka Nacua with 3 touchdowns. Cooper Kupp with 3 touchdowns. 520 yards and 250. Blocking, are we having any issues blocking? Our center has let up 4 sacks. I mean, we're not looking great, but it's not the end of the world. Then on defense, tackles for loss. I mean, we're doing good. Let's see about interceptions. Uchenna got one, Josie Jewell got one, and Dylan Green has an interception. That's awesome. We'll go take a peek at the team real quick. We'll see if I think Dylan Green should have his depth trait unlocked. So we'll take a peek at that, and then I'll go and re-sign people, and we will finish out the season. But Dylan Green is just a star. That's cool. He's got a pick. He's doing pretty well. But yeah, so I don't know exactly what's wrong. We'll see. What does it say down here? We are ranked almost last in defensive passing yards per game. So we need corners, and we need them bad. So hopefully we can pick up some corners, and then our rushing yards per game is, our entire team's just awful. So I guess that means a high pick next year, and yeah. So I'll see you guys when we get to the off season, or I guess the Super Bowl, I should say. But yeah, I don't think we have a chance of making the playoffs with this bad of a record. And if we do, by some miracle, I will bring back the recording. But if not, we'll just see it at the Super Bowl. All right, so we finished off the year 5-12, which I don't remember if that's the same record that we had the first year, but it's not. I think our first year might have been 4-13. I don't remember, but it's not like, okay, it's pretty bad, but we bounced back, won 4 games at the end of the season. Our defensive points per game improved, and our defensive rushing yards per game definitely improved. We'll go take a peek at the team. Just line up. We did not make the playoffs, if you couldn't tell. So Puka Nakua is now an 85 overall. Cooper Kupp's regressed again to a 95. Quez Watkins is up to a 76. Our O-line is not amazing, but not bad. Our rookie wide receiver, our rookie quarterback is not amazing, but he's doing better than, I don't know. We'll look at his stats and we'll see how he did. But I already traded away Matthew Stafford, and none of those guys are playing for us. On defense, though, all right, so Dylan Green's an 80 overall almost, which is awesome. Ryan Neal's an 83, so he's got a few upgrades. We're looking pretty solid, to be honest. Aaron Donald's a 99 overall. And he needs to be signed. So if I can't sign him to a decent deal, I'm just not going to re-sign him, and I'm going to look for a new right end. I know Aaron Donald's a huge part of this team, but I think we could potentially go without him. I'm not sure. Javon Kinlaw, I think that's his name. 74 with morale. There we go. That's the right words. Our quarterbacks also they're not very good. So we're gonna be looking for at least one in free agency, and then special teams. Anthony Davis doing his thing, and Jason Myers is still here. So I'm gonna go, and we will just sim to the Super Bowl. I'm gonna try re-signing Aaron Donald, and if he doesn't re-sign, oh well, we can pick someone else up and go from there. See you guys when the off season starts. Just kidding. We almost forgot to look at season stats. So we're going to take a peek at season stats. So Glenn Whiteman was 27th in the NFL for passing yards. Threw 28 touchdowns to 15 picks. That's only 6 picks the rest of the season. I mean, it's not amazing, but it's not the worst. There's definitely been worse. Threw for 20 touchdowns, which is awesome, on almost 500 attempts, which is kind of less than normal, I think. Rushing, Cam Akers had 950 yards, almost 4 yards to carry, 9 touchdowns. Zach Evans had 300 yards with 3 touchdowns, and our quarterback, Glenn Whiteman, had 1 touchdown. Receiving, Puka Nakua had almost 1,200 yards, 8 touchdowns. Cooper Kupp had 664 yards. That's a massive drop-off. And 5 touchdowns. Tyler Higbee had 575 and 1 touchdown, and Quez Watkins had 550 with no touchdowns, which is a bum. He's not a bum. It's a bummer. Let's see, blocking. I'm kind of scared to look at these numbers. 11 sacks allowed from Brian Allen, who I might have re-signed. I don't remember. I think I did. We're gonna maybe trade him. Isaiah Wynn let up 9 sacks, and then the rest of the line did really good. Like, I put in Joseph Noboom at right guard, and he didn't allow a single sack this entire season. So that's great. I'll probably leave him there. I think he may need to be re-signed, but Brian Allen can go if I haven't re-signed him. And then defense, Josie Jewell, the most tackles, Jordan Fuller in second, which is not good since he's a cornerback. Then Ernest Jones in third. Tackle for loss, Aaron Donald had 17. Leonard Floyd had 10. And Javon Kinlaw had 10. Sacks, Aaron Donald had 12.5. Leonard Floyd had 12. Chenna Nwosu had 5.5. And Javon Kinlaw had 1. And then for interceptions, Josie Jewell had 2. Dylan Green had 2. And then 1 for Nwosu, Witherspoon, Fuller, and Ryan Neal. Honestly, it looks like our passing defense got a little bit better towards the end of the season, and our run defense is really good. Yeah, I think Leonard Floyd, I think I signed him to like a 2-year deal, but we're gonna need to trade Aaron Donald. I know Leonard Floyd's gonna start regressing soon, but I'll see you guys when the offseason happens. I'll let you know who wins the Super Bowl, and I'll just see when the Super Bowl happens. All right, I'll be right back. All right, so the Super Bowl is between the Chargers and the Cowboys, and the Chargers come out on top by 3 points, which is great. It's awesome to see the Cowboys not win. Did not mean to click retirements. Did it just have Bobby Wagner on the Texans retired? That's goofy. But Chargers win. Justin Herbert's the Super Bowl MVP. Jalen Hurts is the normal season MVP. Haven't seen that one for a while. Josh Jacobs is Offensive Player of the Year. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Von Miller. And then Offensive Rookie of the Year is Ralph Hutton. And Defensive Rookie of the Year is Darrell Redrick. So none of our guys are up there, but that's okay. We will be able to do better. I did end up signing Aaron Donald to a 2-year deal. We have a 27 overall tight end. Okay. And we're just going to be losing Rob Havenstein in free agency. He's the only starter we're losing. I think maybe Jason Myers too. But I'm going to go to free agency, give some offers out, and then when I avail and see if they sign with me, I'll get back to you guys. All right, so here are the people we're going after. Javon Holland is super interested in our team, and he's an 87 overall superstar, 25 years old. We're tied with the Chargers for the lead with him. I know we just drafted a free safety, but if we could sign him, we might be able to move that free safety down to a different, like a cornerback, and or trade him. Trent Johnson, I gave an offer to. We need help at cornerback really badly, and there really isn't very many good cornerbacks in this free agency. It's kind of weak. So I just offered him just a 2-year deal, and we'll see if that works out. Jerome Baker, super interested in the team. Gave him like a neutral deal. 83 overall, 28 years old. Would be a huge help at middle linebacker, and we can move one of our other guys to outside linebacker. Evan McPherson for kicker. We just need a kicker again. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. Jason Myers didn't resign. And then Eric Armstead, 81 overall, 31-year-old. Great defensive tackle. Would be killer on the line with Aaron Donald, so I don't see why we wouldn't sign him if we had the ability. So those are our guys that we're going after, and we're going to avail and see what happens. So before we start the draft, which I haven't looked at anyone in the draft, we're just going to take a quick overlook of our team. Quez Watkins is 76 hard, down in morale, so he's 74 right now. Got Cam Akers, so we probably should draft a backup halfback. Glenn Whiteman, who honestly, if there's a good quarterback in the first round, I might take him. We did pick up Deion Dawkins, so he is our left tackle right now. Isaiah Wynn's over at right tackle. Our line's looking like pretty decent right now. Puka Nacua is our wide receiver 2 and our slot wide receiver. And then Cooper Kupp is regressing super hard. I think he might retire this year. So we should be looking for a wideout 3, maybe. Same with Tyler Higbee. He's getting kind of old, so we need a tight end too. And on defense, of course, you have Aaron Donald, and we got Eric Armstead at defensive tackle. We got Leonard Floyd at left end. And Leonard Floyd played awesome last year. Hopefully he plays great this year again. Ooh, okay, so we have Dylan Green, who is a 79 overall free safety, who's superstar now, and then we have Javon Holland, who's a superstar free safety. So I actually might trade one of these guys and see if I can get like a first rounder for him or something. Got Uchenna Nwosu, Josie Jewell, Jerome Baker, and then Ernest Jones. But we're going to try getting Ernest Jones over to left outside linebacker and just see what his overall is there. We got Ryan Neal over here, 80 overall. How old is Ryan Neal actually? He's 29. So we might just actually toss our rookie over to strong safety and see. Oh, he's a 79 over there. So I think I didn't mean to click him. Quentin Lake, you're not very good. But we actually just might make Dylan Green our starting strong safety, and then have Ryan Neal be back up. Or we can even put Ryan Neal at cornerback if we need to. Tron Johnson up 3 with morale. Chuck Armstead, once again. Jordan Fuller, Kevin Durant, and Akil Witherspoon regressed hard. He must be pretty old. Yeah, we need help at cornerback still. So we'll see if Ryan Neal's any good at cornerback, and then we'll probably have to get someone in the draft. So we'll do that real quick. Hop down to not reconstruct contract unless I need more money. But we're going to just see what he's like at cornerback. I think he'll be a decent overall at cornerback because he's pretty fast. I don't know what his coverage looks like, though, at corner. He's an 80 overall at corner. We're going to keep him. And then, yeah, so, yeah, this is looking a lot better. It's funny we have two safeties at corner. But our team is a defense is an 84, offense is an 81, so we're a hard 82. And Evan McPherson is also going to be our punter. But we're looking good. So let's just get into the draft. Honestly, if we have a high first round pick and there's a good looking like quarterback, I'll probably pick a quarterback with our first pick. And Madden decided to glitch, so I'll be right back after I fix this and get the teams back on screen. All right, so here at the draft, we have the 5th overall pick. So we're just going to skip ahead to our pick, and we'll see who's on the board and who we're going to take. So there were some quarterbacks that I saw that looked decent. I really liked Casey Bailey. He has the best physicals, in my opinion. Elite strength, elite throw power. He's just kind of good in everything else. And projected top 5 is David Poyer. I mean, he has A for actually A under pressure, B deep accuracy. But he doesn't look amazing, in my opinion. But I also looked at Zach Jackson. He's a scrambler. He's pretty good. He has guaranteed A to B deep accuracy, so he's solid there. Elite strength, and really is just kind of great in everything else. Elite changing direction as well. But it's either Zach Jackson or Casey Bailey. My gut's telling me Casey Bailey, but my heart's telling me Zach Jackson. Just because he has a throw under pressure and a short accuracy. It's tough. I kind of want to go for the strong arm, but I also want the scrambler. I should just take David Poyer. I'm just kidding. Let's just look at what Tyler Hudson looks like, and if I don't like it, which I don't, I'm not gonna take it. His strength's only great. I think he's the first in whatever. I think I'm going to take Zach Jackson. I like the way he looks. I also like the way Casey Bailey looks. So we'll see who takes him, and we'll see what he looks like. But we're taking Zach Jackson. Hidden dev, thank you. 88 acceleration, 88 agility and high auxiliary. 91 change of direction, 93 throw power. He looks great. He's going to be our new starting quarterback. I almost guarantee it. But hopefully he was the right choice right there. And we're going to check out our next user pick. Round 2, pick 5. We're going to go in and see who's available. I remember we do need a halfback. We do need cornerbacks. Vernon Smith. Holy smokes. We need a tight end. We need cornerbacks. Vernon Smith, I took a peek at him, and he was supposed to go top. He was supposed to go in the top cornerbacks, and he did not. He does not look very good, and usually the CPU can know if a player's good or not. Broderick Black, he's fast, not super strong. He's not amazing, but he could be just good enough. I think I'm going to take a shot at Broderick Black and see what we get. Jeez, he's weak, but he is fast. 94 speed, 90 acceleration, 88 change of direction, 86 jumping, 58 strength, though. Jeez, he is weak. I don't know if he's the right pick, but hopefully he turns out to be something good. And here with the last pick that I'm going to take for the video. we'll see who's available and what we'll take. Um, cornerbacks. There's cornerbacks available. Dwight Hodges. Should I take back-to-back cornerbacks? This guy's slow. I don't know. I don't think we're going to get nothing amazing in the third round. Wide receiver. He is slow. He's super slow. F deep route. No thanks. Jeez. We're down in the slumps right now. This tight end actually doesn't look terrible. Mike Johnson. Nice. Elite jumping. Martial acceleration. Solid strength. I think we're going to take him just because we need a tight end. Mike Johnson, welcome to the team. Johnson. He doesn't look amazing, but we don't need him to be right now. 6'6", though, that's good. Alright, well, I'm going to finish off the draft, and I'll see you guys for the draft recap. Alright, so we're about to look at the draft recap. Hopefully we got some good overalls and some good players. And our quarterback is actually worse than the one we have now. Though I might start him just because he has hidden dev. Broderick Black was actually a good pick. I think 75 overall, 94 speed. He will be our cornerback 3 for sure. Mike Johnson, 72 overall. He looks mid, better than our backups though. Rashad Ali at halfback, 66 overall, not good at all. And then really, I just let the CPU pick, and they just didn't get anyone good. But it's alright. We got at least 2 starters. But I mean, our new quarterback should, in theory, progress faster than the quarterback we have right now. So we go to our roster. So automatically throw those guys in. It did not. Generate best lineup. Zach Jackson, you are starting over Glenn Whiteman. He was not very good last year. I think quarterback might have been the wrong issue to tackle with our first round pick. I'm almost tempted to trade Cooper Kupp away. He's getting old. I don't know. And then defensively, I want to get Black up to cornerback 3. Fuller is just playing up, and Kevin Durant is also playing up, so he's literally the same overall as both those guys, and he's a rookie. So, I mean, is he going to be amazing? Probably not. Is he going to be good, though? Hopefully. Dylan Green, you're going to be our starting. Ernest Jones, and you got the right outside linebacker. And then our team should be set and ready to go. Yeah, we're looking solid. Our defense is looking good, in my opinion. So hopefully, I accidentally sent him to right when I meant left. Oops. Sorry, I'm not the sharpest, as you can tell. I'm also pretty tired. That's that linebacker. There we go. All right, so I'll see you guys at the midseason mark of season 3 of the Rams rebuild, and I'll let you know how we're doing when we get there. All right, so halfway through the season, we're 4-3, so we're second in the NFC West. 95 overall defense, 85 overall defense, 81 offense. I said 95, I think. We got some player upgrades. Let's see who we have to upgrade. Just some guys that I don't need to personally upgrade. Now let's just see what the team looks like right now. We just lost to the 49ers. But, I mean, our team's got to be looking good. Adjust lineup. Let's see. Ooh, Zach Johnson was the right choice. Superstar. Let's go. Oh, that's awesome. Okay, so Glenn Whiteman, you may be traded. I need a backup halfback pretty bad, but man, we're looking good. We are looking good, and then defensive wise, Eric Armstead, Leonard Floyd. I mean, we're yes, Mr. Black is 76 overall. He's playing great. Ryan Neal, I think our team's doing really well. So let's go and see what we're looking like stat wise. And Zach Jackson's 15th in the NFL with 1,500 passing yards, 11 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. He's playing much better than our last quarterback was. He was the right choice. Cam Akers at 550 yards, 5.6 yards per carry, and 5 touchdowns. That's pretty freaking good. And then Zach Jackson has 100 yards with 4.7 yards per carry. Receiving, Puka Nacua has 455 yards with 7 touchdowns. Cooper Kupp has 1 touchdown with 367 yards. And then Taylor Higbee and Cam Akers both have a touchdown. And then Quez Watkins has 287 yards with the game average of 41 yards and an average of 12.5 yards per catch. Over on defense, I must just have bad luck with left tackles. Deon Dawkins has let up 6 sacks. Brian Allen's let up 4 at center. And then everyone else has only had 1 sack, which is phenomenal for those guys. Then on defense, Jerome Baker leads the team in tackles. Josie Jewell's in second, tied with Teron Johnson at cornerback. Take up for loss, Aaron Donald with 7, Leonard Floyd with 5, Chen Nwosu with 4, Ernest Jones with 4. And then sacks, Aaron Donald with 6.5, Leonard Floyd with 4.5, Eric Armstead, not Teron Armstead, with 2. Then interceptions, Jerome Baker and Ryan Neal both have 1. I'm surprised we don't have more. Jerome Baker also has a forced fumble. But, I mean, we're looking pretty good, actually. So, we'll just sim to the end of the season and see if we make the playoffs. Because this way, the way the team's looking right now, we may make the playoffs. So, I'll see you guys when we get to the end of the season. All right, so at the end of year at the end of year 3, we ended up going 9-8. So, we didn't have the best finishing stand, but I think we went 5-5. One last hurrah. Okay, someone's gonna be retiring. Probably Aaron Donald, not sure. Got a first of many player upgrades. But let's just see what the team looks like and then go and look at what the stats for the season are, because honestly I'm kind of interested. So Zach Jackson up to a 78 overall, hard with Morales up to an 80. Puka Nacua is up to a 90 with a boost. And yeah, our team's actually looking pretty freaking good. I mean, we do still need another running back. But on defense, man, Aaron Donald up to Eric Armstead. I mean, we're looking solid. I mean, Broderick Black is up to a 77 overall. Holland to an 89. Dylan Green's an 82 hard. I mean, our team's just playing good, I think. We'll go and look at the stats for the season. And then I'm going to upgrade, do everything, and then I'll be back. But 8th in the NFL, your rookie season is awesome. 28 touchdowns to 10 interceptions. That has to be rookie of the year. Like, come on, that's great for a rookie. What the heck? Rushing, Cam Akers said 1,200 yards. This is the most yards he's ever had. 5.2 yards per carry, 9 touchdowns. Zach Jackson had 2 touchdowns of his own, 4.5 yards per carry. And then Zach Evans had 4 touchdowns with 2.8 yards per carry, which is not good. Receiving, Puka Nacua went 1,250 yards this season with 15 touchdowns. Okay, that's going to be Offensive Player of the Year. 15 touchdowns is insane. Cooper Kupp had 6 touchdowns with almost 1,000 yards, and Quez Watkins had 1 with 770. Tyler Higbee had 4 touchdowns. Blocking, we did better to finish out the year. 10 sacks led by Deon Dawkins, 7 by Isaiah Wynn, 6 by Allen, and then only 5 between both guards, which is pretty good.
Defensively, 135 tackles for Jerome Baker, with the most on the team. Tackles for loss, Aaron Donald had 19. Leonard Floyd had 18. Chenoweth had 13. Oh my gosh, defense was insane this year. Aaron Donald with 16.5 sacks. Leonard Floyd with 11. Chenoweth with 8.5 sacks, which is killer. Eric Armstead with 7. Ernest Jones with 3. Javon Kinlaw with 2.5. Broderick Black at cornerback with 1.5. We just had a super solid year. Ryan Neal with 2 picks. Jerome Baker with 1. Dylan Green with 1. And Teron Johnson with 1. Our new signed cornerback. So not the most takeaways on the DB side. Only 5 on the season. But it was good enough to get us to the playoffs. We had some pretty good rookies, I'd like to say, playing for us. And it's looking like really we have some pretty good, team everywhere. Somehow the Cowboys just have an insane passing game, it looks like. But I'm going to go through these real quick, and then I'll get to you guys as soon as we get to the playoffs game. All right, it is time to advance the week. Hopefully we're able to pull off a win against Dallas. I'm not so sure, but hopefully we do. Let's see how this goes. And we pull off the upset against Dallas. We got a few scenarios to go through, which we will. But we're going to be playing our division rivals in the San Francisco 49ers, who went 14-3 on the season and have a killer team. Just wow. One last hurrah. It said Aaron Donald is potentially going to retire. I mean, he's in real life, he's considered a few times. Plus 10 morale for all players. Let's get it. First of many. Let's get some staff points, yeah? Thank you. But yeah, we won that game 24-21. That's close. I mean, I don't think we're going to beat the 49ers if I'm being realistic. But who knows? It's Madden, man. Anything can happen. It's Madden. It is Madden simulation. Anything can happen, man. We're going to take a peek at the team and just see if, anyone's overall has changed with the morale boost. John Dawkins has an upgrade. We're going to get pass protector. I think overall has changed for a few players with the morale boost. So let's just take a peek real quick, and then we will come back and sim this game. So one momento. Oh yeah, everyone's overall is getting bumps, 3. That's awesome. And then on defense, +8 overall for Eric Armstead, +5 for Leonard Floyd, 7 for Jerome Baker, 7 for Josie Jewell, 7 for Ernest Jones, or 6 for Ernest Jones, 5 for Javon Holland, 5 for Dylan Green, 6 for Ryan Neal. Jeez. Yeah, our team is looking insane with the morale boost. I mean, the morale boost might be able to take them to the Super Bowl. Who knows? That's wild. Jeez. Okay, so let's just send this game. Fingers crossed, man. Come on. Oh, and we win 31-28. No chance. Oh, no way. And the Panthers, I think they beat us last season when we played them. One more win and we're in the Super Bowl. I think this would be the first time we make this Super Bowl. And +10 morale for all players again. What is this, man? Jeez. Our team is somehow just absolutely insane. Hot opponent. I mean, I didn't have a ton of faith that we'd even go to the playoffs, let alone the Super Bowl potentially. Who knows? Let's not get too far ahead of ourselves. We still got Carolina in our way before we get to the Super Bowl, but we got a bunch of upgrades to do.
Puka Nakua, slot. Slot has a chance of getting them speed, and I want speed for Puka Nakua because he is not that fast. Ryan Neal, you get hybrid. Oh no, I forgot your cornerback now. You're going to get slot. Actually, deep threat gives wide receiver speed. Slot gives them excel. Zach Jackson, our quarterback, who is a scrambler archetype. So we're going to give him scrambler. +1 speed. I'll take it, man. Broderick Black. Slot cornerback. Come on, give him a speed. Give him a speed. Alright, and then I don't gotta upgrade these guys. I'll just upgrade all. And let's see what our team's looking like, man. Because we got even more boost in morale. So we should be looking nasty. +5 for Zach Jackson. Jeez, we are looking at filthy. Okay, it's the same for defense, it looks like. Yeah, this team's looking nasty. Let's hope we win against the Panthers. We beat a team on paper that's better than the Panthers, so let's sim to the next week. And let's see if we beat them. Fingers crossed, y'all. And we lost to the Panthers. They're crushing 27-19 defeat. Wow. Let's see what the score of that game was. Oh man, I can't even. Oh, the score's right there. I'm stupid. I'm sorry. Jeez. That's crushing, man. Hopefully Aaron Donald does not retire, and oh, he's definitely retiring. Okay. It's my final run. Okay, I guess Aaron Donald is retiring. That is huge. That's going to affect our team immensely. These nuts. I guess we'll just go to the Super Bowl and see who wins, the Panthers or the Chiefs. I bet the Chiefs win. Advance week. Let's see who wins the Super Bowl. And this is year 3. The Chiefs win 27-21, so we're going to look at a season recap. Chiefs win. Patrick Mahomes is the MVP of the Super Bowl. Joe Burrow is the MVP of the NFL. And then Offensive Player of the Year is going to go to Joe Burrow. Defensive Player of the Year is going to go to Myles Garrett. Our quarterback does win Offensive Rookie of the Year, Zach Jackson. Awesome. So actually, he should be superstar now. And then Defensive Player of the Year goes to the D-tackle, Heath Chamberlain. So, yeah, Zach should be a superstar X Factor now. Let's see. Is there a... He should be X Factor for sure. Let's see. It should show after we upgrade him. And I clicked B instead of A on accident. Let's just peek at our lineup and see if he got X Factor. He should have, if I'm not mistaken. He did not, but Puka Nakua got X Factor. What? That's killer. Okay, Puka Nakua's X Factor, and is gonna be our wideout 1, I bet. I'm surprised Cooper Kupp didn't retire. Bro's like 34 in the sim. Oh, dude, I completely forgot about re-signing players. We'll see if we have anyone important to re-sign. If not, I'm not going to sweat it. But we have a huge hole to fill at right end now with Aaron Donald gone. Even Leonard Floyd has regressed, so we got someone we need to sign there. Eric Armstead. Did I really only sign him to a 1-year deal? I'll probably give him another year. I mean, it's not looking like we have too many players that we need to re-sign. Anyways. Yeah, most of these guys are just... Yeah, everyone else is just backup. I don't want Kobe Durant. That's such a cursed name. But, yeah, we'll we'll hit free agency, and I'll get back to y'all once we're done with that. All right, so I did send someone on offense. I signed Tyler Algier on offense, and then I signed Can Lawson and Drake Jackson on defense, just to kind of replace old Leonard Floyd, who's a 72 overall, and Aaron Donald, who is going to be greatly missed, of course. Cam Lawson's on kind of a short-term deal. Drake Jackson's on a longer deal because he's a younger player with star dev. And then I also noticed Dylan Green got Superstar X Factor, which is great. So he'll be able to progress insanely well, improving our defense exponentially. And then Johnson did regress this year, it looks like. An 82 overall. I think he was an 84 when I signed him. And then Ryan Neal's an 81. Broderick Black is going to be his 79. So, I mean, we have a decent cornerback room. Nothing special. If I see someone in the draft, I'll probably pick him up. But other than that, I don't really think we need a position besides, like, wide receiver. Oh, Mike Johnson's turned into a better tight end than Tyler Higbee. So, that's something that I didn't even see. But, yeah, we'll get to the draft, and I'll see you guys after. Or, not after. I'll see you guys during the draft because we're going to do it right now. I'm stupid. And it's doing the thing again. Why does it always do this, dude? Let me fix it. Give me 1 second.
All right. I do apologize for the draft doing that. Now we can see the draft. But we do have round 1, pick 29, so it's basically a second round pick. So we're just going to go to our user pick the first 3 picks of our own in the draft, and we'll sim the rest. But let's see, who's there going to be available? Wide receiver Greg Combs. Really, this late in the draft, it's going to be hard to find anyone worth taking. I mean, we can always sign a wide receiver or trade for one. Chris Bennett. Is he good at anything? Not elite in anything. Speed rusher. F zone coverage. That's amazing. Is Greg Holmes any good at anything? Elite acceleration and agility, not auxiliary. I mean, he'd be an interesting guy. Deep threat. D catching traffic. Oh, gross. We'll take him. Hidden dev, super weak, but he's fast. 92 speed, 94 excel, 96 agility. It's gonna be interesting to see what his dev trait is. Probably won't see that till the end of the year because he probably won't get any play time, but that's all right. All right, it is our second round pick, and it's basically a third round pick. That's all right. We might be picking up a pass rusher here. Right end or left end. This guy looks better. Guess they both have 2Bs. We'll take a peek at Jamichael Hodges. He's not super strong. Let's just see what Rudy Long looks like. Michael Hodges looks better, so we're gonna take Jamichael Hodges. 88 strength, 78 speed, 82 excel. Not terrible. And then with our last pick, I didn't mean to do that. Next user pick. The last pick I'm going to be taking for the video, we are going to choose... we took a guy with that exact same face scan earlier. I don't know, man. No one looks like even remotely good. So, yeah, I mean, it is basically the 4th round. Let's just see. Actually, let's take that center. Maybe.
If that center looks decent, I'll take him. Fastest center, fourth for bench. This guy looks interesting. Best vertical jump.
Yeah, I'm going to take him. Ooh, that may be a good pick. All right, we're going to sim the rest of the draft and take a peek at the draft recap. I did not mean to click resume. But I think we might have snagged some decent players. Hopefully we did. That's the goal of the draft. But if we didn't, it's not the end of the world. And I still don't get why Zach Jackson didn't get Superstar X Factor for I mean, he won Offensive Rookie of the Year. And our wide receiver is a 74 overall. Jamichael Hodges is only a 72. That center is only a 72, but might start over the guy we have at center right now. Ooh, Quincy Mann out of Utah. Okay, so what's his dev trait? Hidden. Let's see if did the computer pick me a good hidden dev? Nah, he's just star. That's fine. Still, I mean, hidden dev from the computer, you don't get that very often. And then he was actually tied with our best player in the draft. I've been forgetting to do this, but let's see how he did up with the rest of the draft. Alex Felton, three cornerbacks were the best. Dude, that's some Eddie Lapierre. It's weird names, man. Round 2, pick 7, Quincy Landry. Good cornerback. Yeah, man. I mean, honestly, we didn't do the worst. We could have done a lot worse. Like, a lot worse. So I'm alright with it. It's not the end of the world. I'm not too concerned. But, yeah, I'll see you guys when we get to the regular season. Alright, so we're in our final year of the rebuild. We're at the regular season. It's going to be our final regular season. It's the fourth season of the rebuild. Upgrade players from the preseason. And it's just a wide receiver that won't get play time. But we're going to take a peek at our team before we go and start playing. Our defense has dropped significantly, and overall, we lost Aaron Donald, which was just massive to lose him. He definitely carried the team with 12.5 sacks last year. But our team's looking good. Puka Nacua is an 89 overall Superstar X Factor, which is awesome. Got Cooper Kupp, who's regressed. I think he's like 33. Yeah, he's 33. He's old, so he's going to start regressing a lot and probably retire this year. I picked up this guy in the draft, Greg Combs. 92 speed, 94 excel. He looks all right. We'll see if he can get some play time in. Then Quez Watkins is in at wide receiver 3. And Curtis, I think that, I'm pretty sure the CPU drafted that. But our line's looking solid. I mean, Zach Jackson, 82 overall hard right now. That's great. And then Glenn Whiteman, who we could honestly trade for someone, is doing killer. We picked up Tyler Algier in free agency. And then we did draft Mike Johnson last year. And he's now our starting cornerback or tight end over Tyler Higbee. And then on defense, we signed Cam Lawson and Drake Jackson this year. Eric Armstead was on our team from last year. He's regressed also. Dylan Green, the strong safety, who was originally a free safety that we drafted, is up to Superstar X Factor. Javon Holland, is that his name? Yeah, Javon Holland has regressed down to star dev, which not the end of the world, but could be doing better. And then our middle linebackers are just solid. And then really where we're struggling is cornerback. I mean, we got Broderick Black, who I drafted last year, who's a 79 overall. And then we also got Ryan Neal and Teron Johnson. So we'll see how the team plays. What are our specialists? Yeah. We'll put in Puka Nacua as a specialist for the slot wideout, and then honestly, the rest of these guys are looking pretty good. No, they're not. I'm going to put Broderick Black in as slot cornerback.
But yeah, we'll toss Puka Nakua in the depth chart real quick. And then we're just going to sim to the midseason point, and I'll see you guys when we get there. So we go 8-9 on the season, finished probably middle of the pack, and missed the playoffs, which sucks. But it's all right. This was the fourth year of the rebuild. It was the final year. I was hoping for a playoff push, but we didn't get it. We'll look at the lineup one last time, and then we'll look at the league stats for our team. Zach Jackson is up to an 85 overall. Killer team. Puka Nakua is up to a 92. And Tyler Algier, Cam Akers, which I thought would be a really good running back duo, but at the midseason mark, they were ranked 32nd in the NFL. Our line looks phenomenal.
Mike Johnson's a 78 now. Then over on defense, and Eric Armstead's a 79. Drake Jackson's an 80. Lawson's still 79. Not Brigham. The hell is it? Broderick? Broderick Black is an 80 overall now. And was Ryan Neal's an 81. Dylan Green up to an 86. I mean,
this team's just been difficult to rebuild, to say the least. I freed up a lot of cap when I traded Matthew Stafford, and I was hoping that I'd be able to fix, the people that I didn't have and when I lost Aaron Donald, but it didn't seem to work too well. Leonard Floyd, 72 overall. I don't think I looked at the stats of our team at the midway point of the year, so I'm sorry if I didn't. I don't think I did. But we finished 8th in the NFL when it comes to passing yards, which is pretty freaking good. 4,000 yards, 35 touchdowns, and 7 picks. He's got to be in the MVP race. That's insane. That is insanely good. Wow. I haven't simmed with a quarterback that's done this well before. Rushing, Cam Akers eclipses 1,000 yards, 7 touchdowns. Zach Jackson has almost 400 with 3 touchdowns, and Tyler Algier has 350 with 8 touchdowns. Ooh, he was red zone running back for sure. Receiving, Puka Nakua puts up 1,400 yards and 16 touchdowns. Holy smokes. The Rams playbook, if you have someone in the slot that you want to upgrade, use the Rams playbook because, oh my gosh, Puka Nakua is insane. Cooper Kupp has 900 yards almost with 2 touchdowns. Quez Watkins finally gets some more touchdowns, 750 yards with 5 touchdowns. And then Mike Johnson had 6 touchdowns with 533 yards. And they're all averaging pretty good yards per catch, which is just great. Greg Holmes had a touchdown, which is cool. Oh, and Tyler Algier had 3 receiving touchdowns. Jeez, bro was a stud. Let's look at our blocking. So blocking, Deion Dawkins allowed 9 sacks. Steve Avila allowed 5. Isaiah Wynn allowed 4. I mean, our line was pretty good, all things considered. I mean, Deion Dawkins didn't play very well, but everyone else played pretty good for this entire season. And then defense-wise, it looks like Jerome Baker has the most tackles on our team, followed by Javon Holland and Josie Jewell, who have like a massive drop-off, like almost 40 tackles. Tackles for loss go to Eric Armstead and Javon Kinlaw. And then sacks, Eric Armstead with 5.5, Chen Nwosu with 5.5, Carl Lawson. I've been calling him Cam Lawson. I'm sorry. Carl Lawson with 5.5 sacks. Drake Jackson with 4.5. I mean, it's not amazing, but I like that I have 3 guys with 5.5 sacks and 1 with 4.5. Makes me feel a little bit better about everything. So it's like 20 sacks in between all these guys. And then Ernest Jones had 1, Leonard Floyd had 1, Josie Jewell had 1. Then interceptions, Jerome Baker at middle linebacker had 3. Ernest Jones had 1, Josie Jewell had 1, Javon Holland, Jordan Fuller, and Ryan Neal all had 1. I think in my young players only rebuild, Devin Bush had 8 picks one year, which was just weird. No forced fumbles, so. Oh, and deflections, Jerome Baker had 11 pass deflections. Dude balled. We're going to send him to the Super Bowl.
and just look at yearly awards. Actually, I might be able to do that now, actually. Yeah, we'll check the yearly awards right now. And just gotta go to the NFC. So Offensive Player of the Year went to CeeDee Lamb. Puka Nacua at 3. Did CeeDee Lamb have a better year than Puka Nacua? I find that kind of hard to believe. Any other Rams up here? And then Zach Jackson, of course, at number 8. Defensive Player of the Year is going to go to Mike Parsons. So 2 Cowboys win it. Any Jerome Baker's up there. I thought he'd be a little bit higher. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Greg Holmes is number 7. Jeez, the rookies just must not have progressed whatsoever this year or done well. And then Defensive Rookie of the Year, who do I even have on defense? I don't think I even have at least starting a defensive player that was drafted. And then best quarterback goes to Dak Prescott, and Zach Jackson on the Rams gets it 3rd. But looks like Lamar Jackson won the MVP race again. Let's see, Zach Jackson was number 6. So I mean, hey, it was his second season in the league, not bad. I can't complain. D's Nuts is the 32nd rated coach in the NFL. But yeah, we're just gonna sim to the Super Bowl. We'll see who wins the Super Bowl. And then I just like to thank you guys. If you made it this far in the video, make sure you smash that like button, subscribe, and if you share the video with a friend, that's killer. It helps me out a ton. And Super Bowl 61 is going to be between the Jaguars and the 49ers. We'll see who wins. But yeah, I mean, if you share my videos, it helps a ton. I seriously appreciate it. And it's going to be the 49ers who win the Super Bowl, a division rival. Our team was not the greatest, but not the worst in everything this season, basically. See any upgrades? A bunch of people I don't care about. If you guys want to see me like continue the young players, or the Texans or the Rams, I have all these files saved. So if you guys want to see me continue a rebuild, just let me know, and I'll potentially revisit these teams to continue rebuilding. And it doesn't look like we had anyone retire. Jason Myers retires. Khalil Mack got signed to the Seahawks. That's funny. But yeah, so our team's looking good. If you guys would like to see a season 5 and season 6, let me know in the comments, and we can make something happen. But we'll leave the off season, the draft, for that video if it comes around. But I just want to thank you guys for watching the video. Make sure you subscribe and share the video if you liked it. And I'll see you guys next time. Take care, guys.